Alright, guys.
Hey,
Ah,
it's totally not a Tuesday when Mappool is going live. But hey everyone, welcome to the round of 32 Mappool showcase. I know it's a little bit weird here since not all of our teams have finished qualifiers. So we're in a bit of a rough spot trying to make sure you guys have enough time to practice these pools. I know it's only the round of 32, but there are definitely some picks in here that you'll want to have more time on, and we thought it was only fair to at least give you guys the opportunity to practice some of these maps. But once again, welcome if you're just now trickling in. Thanks again for showing up on this. If you're EU, it's a little bit late, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Joining me in the booth
RIP
today.
APAC.
True, RIP. RIP, one of the other main poolers who's just probably sleeping right now. But yeah, joining me in the booth today, obviously our host Laika. They're currently fixing some things with the client, and I know the other person in this call with me isn't technically a pooler and doesn't have access to the pooling sheet ahead of time since he's also playing, but we have a Zito here to be our live reaction.
It's gonna be peak, guys. Trust.
Yeah, Zito, do you have any comments about what you want to expect today in regards to this map pool release?
Just something that's not horrendously overcooked.
Ooh.
I do
So
not. Like
yeah,
that.
about that.
What did you do, Kaido?
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll get there when we get there, guys. But yeah, we'll
Okay,
start
then.
pool shortly as soon as we can fix up our replays here. All our replays have been done. We're just trying to organize everything. I don't speak German. I don't know what's happening in chat right now. But yeah, once again, thanks you guys for the feedback for the qualifiers pool. We really appreciate it. If you have anything to say about this map pool or the previous ones, definitely drop your comments and map pool feedback. We'd love to talk about it and just debate. We try to incorporate everything that you guys have talked about in regards to the critiques and what you think there could be more of in the pools and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely reach out to us. You can reach out to me in DMs or map pool feedback if you want to discuss with the other poolers and stuff. But definitely please do that. We try to take into account everybody's opinion and try to make the pools better. But yeah,
I'm on a rush.
You got this,
you're
Laika.
scrambling. You got it, Laika. You got it. We're totally
We
not
believe
later.
in you.
It's okay.
No,
But
of course we're
yeah,
not
in regards
10
to
minutes
releasing the pool early, at least tomorrow there will be a seating reveal once we get all the final lobbies and stats in. Ideally would be past or like just after the final lobby takes place, but that final lobby takes place at 2 in the morning, so that's not happening.
Yeah, not
So
throwing
probably
any
be a
blame
similar
around.
time. Yeah, not throwing any blame. Yeah, you know who you are.
Exactly.
But not to throw any blame. They will probably take place same time tomorrow. So definitely look forward to that. So at least you guys get a chance to play the pool, even if you don't qualify. At least you get some exposure to this other pool. No, we don't name names. We don't name names. Mods, get
No,
'em. We are not naming names. Mods. Yo, Babsby.
we are not naming anyone. He knows who he is.
You know who he is, guys.
Okay, I think I'm done now. I think we can start. Just look what the first map was again.
Yo, I gotta pull the pool. Give me a half a second. Where are my notes? There are my notes. If you ask why I have notes, don't worry.
Too many things to talk about.
There are a lot of things to talk about with this pool. As I mentioned earlier, I know it's around a 32, but there's still some interesting picks in here that you guys should at least get some exposure to as to why we pooled the way we do. Let's see. No, this is not the seed reveal. This is the map pool showcase. Around a 32. Seed reveal will be
had to
tomorrow.
explain that.
Yeah, let me just... Oh god.
Okay, quarterfinals is a stretch. That's a
I will
just
just...
Nah, it's
tutorial
grand
in
finals.
Mappool.
I will try to fix the audio real quick, so we are probably gonna be on mute for a minute or something.
Alrighty. Some of our matches. He will be joining us today in our introduction pool, so to say.
Commentating some of our matches. I think I'm probably going to take most NA matches.
That's also fair. There are a lot of NA teams here. Rage.
Please?
Please.
Laika, I need this.
Up GG.
GG.
Alright.
Whoa, guys, you have music.
Okay. You just switch up the scene and then you guys can start probably.
Alright.
Let's go. Player icon's a little bit big there. But yeah, we'll just jump right into it right now. We got the green light. So, welcome to No Mod 1, the first map of our round of 32 pool. This is War Machine, song by C Show. And I believe this is Kaishiro's difficulty on a loved set by Box. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in chat, but that's what I have written down here. Showcase before, yeah, people, you know who to blame if the Mappool showcases before the seed reveal.
Whoa, now what's up with SS Cup tournament?
Whoa, I don't know. Don't ask me. Absolute sin. I'm doing the hand motion right now. But yeah, this is No Mod 1. This is a 4-minute map at 170 BPM. It's sort of a mechanics testing. So trying to avoid this new. Oh, what the hell?
My stream is just stuck. What the fuck?
Oh, we're good. I think we're good. It's fixed.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a mechanics map basically. Again, as I mentioned in the qualifier showcase, trying to avoid those sort of more boring picks. And we thought the best way to do it was incorporate a little bit of tapping. There's not too much of it, but it is a little bit of like more, not awkward aim, but a little bit more awkward angles than a typical acute angle in the mod 1. And there are some bursts in there to throw some rhythm checks into the mix, as well as some light tech elements, like some funny looking sliders, but they all play really nicely. But yeah, once again, a banger of a No Mod 1. A little bit on the longer side because of that mechanics testing, so we're sitting at, I think, 4 minutes of drain. So a little bit on the longer side. Yeah, a little bit on the longer side. But yeah, any of you two have any opinions on the map?
On that 4 minutes of drain time, yeah, for mechanics map, I feel like that will be fine. Really good for like a stamina check, and then like The aim so far, like, I'm not really seeing anything too out of the ordinary, kind of like something that I would expect out of a No Mod 1. Seems like it'll be a really fun map. Banger pick, to be honest.
Yeah. Another C-show banger of a song here. And definitely one of the better, at least quality maps in this love section. That play really nicely and have really fun sliders. I mean, outside of it just being that sort of consistency mechanics test, stream throws again. We're good. It's basically everything you can expect out of a consistency pick, with some light tech elements to maybe somehow catch people off guard. They're not so out of place where you'll probably have like a couple slider breaks, but it's a little bit of a different aim check, so to say.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you mean on that. So for like a lot of the sliders, like they don't seem like horrendous.
Mm-hmm. That's also just not, 1-2 farm aim spam. It's just, haha, I miss at like 1 minute and then I lose the game.
One miss and it's over because you just entered note lock hell.
Yep. But once again, yeah, this is your number one. Thank you again to Chaos Emperor for a brilliant replay here. Super high score, pretty much blew out all the other replays. So
He's still SS.
Oh, rip
right
SS.
now.
Oh man, rip SS.
Oh,
We're getting F.
tragic.
Chaos Emperor is here. Hello. Thanks for all the replays. But yeah, also to talk about that BPM, at least very accessible for the bursts in this map, not something you could get too stamina gapped on. It's sitting at a more comfortable 170 BPM, so a little bit of wider aim because of that, because of the lower BPM aim. But still very accessible to most of the players. And probably the most accessible pool, or the most accessible map in the pool. If you know, you know.
Do I want to know?
I don't know.
Okay then.
We'll see how open you guys are to pool structures like these. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, if you have anything and everything to say about the maps, hit me up. We love to talk about it. Drop your feedback in the map pool feedback channel. But yeah, thanks again, Chaos Emperor, on that unfortunate 1-100 play.
Insane
And
score.
let's move on to a No Mod 2 of time.
A No Mod 2?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a No Mod.
I
You don't have
downloaded the map.
He doesn't even have it.
I downloaded the map.
Uh-oh, spoiler. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, they saw the map. They saw the map, guys.
Wait.
Oh, we're so... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, the maps are needed to still update in the background.
Needs to update? What? It's ranked.
I don't know why.
That's insane. Okay, well, yeah, to my knowledge, none of these maps have gotten any significant changes. I believe only one of them is sitting in the pending state right now. And it hasn't even been looked at by any BNs, so... But for those types of maps that are going for the rank quality, if any of them do happen to get an update before you guys have your matches, we will be using the updated version. So please try to keep those maps up to date.
I think it works now.
Let's start pending state. Okay, well,
Okay.
Hey, we're back. Whoa, insane reveal of the most overhyped aim control map at high SR.
Why do I see 205 BPM?
Yeah, this is Dreaming Attraction. If you know, you know. But this is a stamina pick. This is just 200 BPM, 3-minute stamina. A little bit of flow, to give like there's like some reminiscence of that like standard No Mod 2 flow aim. But that ultimately wasn't the focus of this map in this slot. But yeah, this is just 200 BPM stamina. If you're coming from more traditional pools, you'll probably sit at around a No Mod 5, with that sort of speed-ish stamina pick, in a bigger No Mod pool. But as we are in the round of 32, we don't have that kind of freedom. to expand our tapping fix in regards to like how many BPMs we want to cover. So we have sort of lumped speed and stamina. It's not exactly speed 200 for those of you who can play those high BPM screens and tapping. This is probably a little bit on the higher side for most people's range, but the bursts don't usually jump up above 7. So a little bit of that odd numbered finger control, a few doubles in there to catch some sight reads like these ones you're seeing here. But everything is mapped to the 16th notes, so ultimately it's at least very readable for most players. It's just a matter of being gapped or not in this BPM.
Yeah, so far, like, the flow aim is looking pretty decent, not overcooked. The 200 BPM tapping is definitely I feel it's definitely an interesting choice for Nomad 2, but...
I feel like this is a decent introduction as to how the rest of the pool will go.
Yeah.
Oh. Also, I feel like a lot of this as well will be, like, I feel like some players might have a little bit of a struggle acting this if they're used to a more traditional, slower, more consistent Nomad 2. So, just be prepared for that, but...
Yeah, this isn't really a flow focus of the map. There are some flow elements with some of these bursts here, to at least give a somewhat of a check. But the biggest difficulty of this map is from the stamina. Even before this 20-second break. Yeah, Gurr buzz sliders. If you're not comfortable with this BPM, you're gonna have a very big stamina check. There's only this 1 20-second break, and we start ramping up into the final KI. So, yeah, good background. I agree. Yeah, but for those of you who watch higher ranked players, you'll probably know of this map, especially from BTMC, where this is sort of that like high star rating or high rank finger control or aim control. Sorry. It's not even finger control, it's just like freaking wiggles at 200 BPM. It's effectively 400 BPM jumps at the highest arc, but this is on the rank set. This is the insane difficulty. I believe it's also by Hifu. This is the insane difficulty on the ranked map set. Laika, I believe, did not have that much input on this pool.
Not even much information.
I feel like I played this pool earlier today.
I just noticed 2,000 combo, so one miss and it's just all over.
I feel like to add on that 2,000 combo a little bit, there's definitely some checks where you will find those breaks, so ultimately we might see not that many FCs on this map. And the length kind of draws out to how consistent you can be after those breaks, or how well you can recover. But yeah, that's Nomad 2, it's stamina pick. Thank you, Vaniku, for that replay. Great score. And on to one hell of a Nomad 3.
Uh-oh.
Spoiler alert, this is not a Nomad 3.
If I remember the qualifiers Nomad 3 correctly, this is just gonna be... scuffed.
Yeah! Right. Yeah, this is not. This is Dear the Night I Loved, by Kawacha featuring Aitsuki Nakuru. For those of you who have watched at least 6WC, no, this is not Nomu's diff. Nomu's diff is way too hard for the star rating. This is on the official set for the 2024 standard World Cup. I believe it was the semifinals. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone. But this is a guest difficulty by Lacandy on the original set for the tournament. They are trying to push this for ranked, so you might see some changes on this map, but this is basically a swing finger control tech. Not exactly your alternating, there are some alternating elements, but the more that the focus on this map is that finger control on swing. And do not be deceived by that 4.8 star rating. This map is way harder. A lot of the playtesters had trouble getting good accuracies on this map.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. Anytime you see a lower start difficulty than what the average for the map pool is, you know the map is just going to be like scuffed. It's not going to be good.
I honestly agree with Vaniku. This map is way harder to act than Qual's number 1, even though it's only at an OD 7.4. The swing rhythm changes are definitely going to trip you up if you haven't practiced this map a lot. But outside of the swing figure control, it's a very, very combo gameable map. I'm expecting to see some high combos on this. It's just a matter of the accuracies. So ultimately, you could call it the accuracy pick. That's not on Hard Rock. But it's a lot of doubles control. So the doubles that you see are really close together. Those are usually double tappable, and you can usually get away with just 1/100. But a lot of it will be that doubles finger control. So once again, not exactly your alt map. It's basically swing with some light tech elements, like some very, very light slider aim. Nothing too jank to play like the normal slider tech map would be. The main difficulty is that finger control. Not exactly 300 BPM because it's mapped to 1/3, so it does play out to like a 200s-ish finger control. There are some slower elements that are thrown into the mix, so it's not just 200 double spam. But this is a map.
Yeah, this is one of the maps for a map pool of all time.
True. Round of 32. This is the intro. Oh, we're so good. But yeah, I mentioned in the chat earlier, Chaos Emperor. Yeah, Lifewater that came in absolutely clutch with this replay here, putting up a very, very good score and very, very solid accuracy. This was one of the hardest. This one gave the most that the playtesters a rough time. Trying to get good accuracy on this. Very, very consistent combos. A lot of the playtesters were finding very, very high combos on their locals. It's just a matter of the accuracy. There are a few tight read checks at least, or things to remember when you practice this pool. There, like just before the slash build up here, there's a very, very heavy double spam as well as a bit of snap aim between the doubles. That can definitely catch you if you're just trying to lazy double this map or lazy aim. But yeah, once again, your swing map. Thank you again, Lifewater, for that clutch replay.
96%. It makes me wonder what players are going to get on this map.
Oh, I'm expecting like 90s and below, to be honest.
Yeah, accuracy is not going to be existent in matches.
Yeah, where are my swing one tricks? But yeah, on to No Mod 4. We had taken you guys' feedback into a lot of consideration, especially for this pool. So we have pulled a very, very basic slider aim tech. There's a very, very small amount of tapping requirement, and it's pretty easy. It's only 165 BPM. But yeah, this is Boudica by Muke. I believe this is Nomi's rank set. Yeah, this is Nomi's rank set. But this is of rank quality, but the main focus of this map is the slider aim. There are a few triples to start off the map, but it gets into the more slider tech focus. And if you guys know Nomi's mapping style really well, then this will basically just feel like every other Nomu tech map. Yeah, there's still that light tapping requirement with those thirds, but it's honestly nothing to write home about. The main focus of this map is that slider aim.
So far, this is looking like one of the more fun map pool picks for this pool, to be honest. But it also seems more traditional of a No Mod 4 than, like, say, No Mod 3 is for a No Mod 3 or No Mod 2 for a No Mod 2, so...
Yeah, generally speaking, to most players, I want to advise you to try and draw your minds out just a little bit away from some standard pool slots you'll expect, especially in these smaller pools where we don't have as much room to work with in trying to pull more standard songs. So you'll see a lot of skill sets combining, a lot of things that may look out of place, but ultimately we're really trying to emphasize balance, and all the playtesters know this, how much the poolers really care about finding balance in skill set representation as well as difficulty of the maps. That's also a big factor. But also going into these picks, just how fun they are to play. Like, I know a lot of players have a lot of fun with this map, and it flows really nicely, plays really nicely. But yeah, just keep in mind, we also want to hear in the feedback as well how much you guys like the maps, how fun they are for you to play, as well as any other things you have to say about the map. But yeah. Also to mention, the replay by Osu is an accuracy game. I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, he looks like a good player.
I wonder who this is. But yeah, that's No Mod 4. Great score again. And then on to our No Mod 5, our last map of the No Mod pool. This will be we're gonna get a lot of hate for this. I can already feel it.
4.39. I already know this is a gimmick map.
Yeah, this is a hyper precision gimmick.
Precision
By Debbie. Yeah, this is precision. This is CS 8.8. You thought last Hard Rock 2 was Osu for ants. Now this is Osu for atoms, bro. This map is crazy.
Honestly.
Yeah. This one went through a lot of renditions of trying to find this gimmick slot here.
No, really.
A lot of play testing for the difficulty of this map had been done. We were really trying to figure out what gimmick would work best in our pool. So a lot of the free mods have been waiting. It's only 160 jumps effectively. It's not insane. Even with the precision buff, this map is still a little bit underrated. Mainly because of the aim control. Not many people will be that familiar with having this sort of instant snap aim control. So also to mention, you should definitely reduce your cursor size.
Yeah,
to talk about this map is really short. Yeah. This map is really short.
He knows who he is.
Oh god. That's insane. Yeah, this map is really short. It's only like a minute 50 of drain. And basically the entire map takes space in the bottom 1/3 of your playfield. So don't worry about anything going above the halfway point, honestly. I think there's like 2 notes maybe, and they're after a spinner. So
you say that, but I feel like there's going to be a note in the top right corner any second now.
Oh yeah, no, Deppy is not that evil. This is a ranked set, so it is of rank quality. There's been a lot of playtesting from the BNs to make sure this map is really playable. But other than that, this is just precision aim control. If you're comfortable on those gimmicks or you play a lot of Deppy maps, you'll know this skill set really well. And the snap aim isn't too unforgiving, especially these lighter jumps. They're only mapped at 80 BPM, so there's still a lot of time to correct your aim between notes. 2 years to FC blue mod on laser. If it is a laser tournament, I'd be down for that bounty. Yes, I love you love squinting at the bottom half of your screen. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm gonna add some magnifying glass extensions to my glasses just so I can read this.
Oh nah. You're just gonna play zoomed in on the bottom 1/3 of your monitor.
For real. In fact, that's actually where my tablet's area is gonna be.
Just map your tablet area for this one map. That's actually a strategy. But yeah, thank you Chaos Emperor for that replay. Very, very solid score. We hope it's really accessible to most of the players instead of just being that standard, low AR dense gimmick. But yeah, onto our hidden one now. We also listened to your feedback from previous round. So this is my personal bias. I will say it right now. This is my absolute bias of a map. I did everything in my power to make sure this was pooled. But this is Wanderlust by Haruno. This is a song made for Hoyo Fair. With a glorious background, as you see there. Yeah, the Astra background. I love Astra. More Astra in my pools, please. But this is your very generic awkward aim. Well, not actually that generic. There's a little bit of wide angle aim and a little bit of spacing changes. So there's a little bit of that aim control aspect required to play this map. You go from really small spacing to really large spacing. And on hidden, it makes it just a little bit more tricky for that awkward aim. But this is as generic. Yeah. These patterns at the start are probably one of the harder ones in the map. Maybe the Ki, but this map is overall really consistent in that difficulty. It's just your very generic awkward aim control. But the map plays really, really nicely with the changes in spacing. This totally could not be me employing you guys. I don't know who that was, man. I wanted a replay for this, but I just suck. So, Chaos Emperor has once again stepped up for the hidden replays. And has put up a very, very hard score to beat. But yeah, talking about the map stats, very standard, AR9, CS4, OD 8.4, so maybe a little bit on the higher side for the accuracy requirement. But sitting at a 97 BPM, so roughly translates to like a 195 BPM jump map. So a little bit faster, but pretty standard of the hidden one slot.
Yeah, and I noticed
yeah.
that like after that very fairly tapping heavy qualifiers pool, that this one is going a bit more in on the aim slots as well. This no hidden one seems more like aim based than tapping like the first one.
Turn up the volume. This song is so freaking good. I love Hard No. I have so many Hard No songs on my playlist.
Yeah, this one's a banger.
Yeah, I wish it was on Spotify. The song is not on Spotify, unfortunately. Currently waiting on Hoyo Fair to release that album. But yeah, for those of you Zenless players, enjoy the Hoyo quota that I am now imprinting on every single pool, even though that's not actually true.
Yo, I can't wait.
This is the guy with the Farina profile.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you again to Chaos Emperor for a really, really good replay on a really, really good song. And now on to our Hidden 2. The last hidden map. This one is a little bit of a reading pick. Not so conventional as to that like overlap reading between notes. This is a sort of a stacked reading pick, so a little bit lower on the star rating. I think it's sitting at a 4.26. 4.25 is just the laser rounding error. So a little bit of an alt BPM and a little bit of stacked reading. There's some triples and doubles and quads to worry about. But if you've listened to this song a lot, which I know this map gets mapped a lot for gimmick, anything by Nakuso is a really, really gimmick mapped. But yeah, it's ultimately just reading on those stacks. The aim is really easy to hit. It's just how well you can understand the rhythm of this map and the stacks of this. So ultimately it should be pretty easy mechanically for the players.
Yeah, for Hidden 2, this seems pretty good so far. Like, I'm not really seeing anything too out of the ordinary, but that's still like actually readable. Even for AR8 Hidden, it seems perfectly fine.
Yeah, the difficulty of this map is reading the number of bursts in the stack. There are things to trip you up on, but it's not so out of the ordinary where you can't expect it. Like after a few playthroughs, I think we'll expect a lot of high scores on this map.
Also, I can't wait to get 94% on this map.
Crazy. Yeah, also on the shorter side. So our hidden pool is a little bit shorter this time. Obviously looking to change that going forward, but this is only sitting at I think 1:50 of drain. But yeah, banger song by Nakuso. This song took the world by storm again. Partly or not due to the channel or the cast station animation. Can't blame Pool for not having Vocaloid. There is a Vocaloid quota, don't worry.
Yo.
But the flow picks up a little bit here in this final part. No changes to the stack reading. Just a little bit of the mechanics department, so once again expecting some really high scores after a few runs by the players. But yeah, thank you again, Chaos Emperor, for another hidden replay. Really, really good score.
7/100s, 99%. That's, yeah, really good score from Chaos Emperor.
And on to the next map. So you know how, Zito, you said that this map was taking the direction towards the more aim direction? Like more
that was the hidden one, but yes.
Yeah, throw all of that out of the window. This is a stream map.
I wonder who made this one.
I put the No Mod 2 into Hard Rock 1.
No, I mean the username. I wonder whose replay this is, guys.
Oh, yeah, I wonder who that is. But yeah, although to say this is stream map is a little bit of a stretch. This is only at 158 BPM, so a little bit lower. So there's a little bit more finger control requirement if you're not comfortable on that lower star rating or at least BPM tapping. But the main focus of this map is the flow aim that you're about to see. So additionally on Hard Rock, having the high OD makes this map way harder than it seems. But the ultimate test is the flow control.
89% is so real.
Yeah, that is real. I totally didn't choke the start.
Oh, no, of course not.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the focus of this map is like sort of the flow stream. It's a little bit low BPM, and it's kind of hard to find anything that's flow heavy in the star rating, especially for a Hard Rock slot where you have to start looking at lower star ratings. because Hard Rock changes difficulty a lot. But even after OD10, this map is just basic flow, a little bit of mechanics in between. But the flow starts to pick up here, as you can see here. And as far as finger control goes, it's really easy. Again, like the what was that? Like the Nomad 2, most of the bursts are odd numbered. So, and everything's mapped to the 16th notes. So it's a little bit easier on the tapping, like finger control requirement. There are some 4s in there to trip you up, but you will understand them as you listen to the song more. You'll understand exactly where those 4s and 2s happen. No Vanny Cool pooling? Yeah, there was no Vanny Cool pooling. You need to get back on the pooling sheet.
We need more Vanico pooling.
You have a job to do. Oh, yeah, here's the little final part of the flow control. Flow streams, yeah. Low BPM flow streams. I hope you're good at this BPM. Oh, that was devious. That flow change one is a little bit devious. Score check if you can hit that. Don't choke. But yeah, on the shorter side, just 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 2 minutes 20 of drain. But yeah, after Hard Rock, I believe this is CS 5.2. So pretty standard of a Hard Rock pick.
Man, imagine if this was a Nomad 2.
It'll be a little bit easy, to be honest. But thank you, Leopato Fanboy. For...
Yeah, Leopato Fanboy.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
No
anyways,
idea.
on to our Hard Rock 2. This map is produced by and replayed by I'm kidding, but in all seriousness, this is me on the replay. That was kind of the bit of having no name, because this artist, for those of you who don't know, very popular Vocaloid and Utayete cover. I believe their name called by fans as Wakame-san. It's definitely not read as Wakame, but like the seaweed. He does a lot of these covers that are very mysterious, and especially in lyrics and visual style. But most of his maps are well known for not having those titles. They're just blank. He uses a zero width non-joining character to get like a blank title. But he has produced very good songs, and this has been translated really well by Xcores. I think traditionally this is a free mod 2 map, so like the standard anti-mod. But we have decided to put in precision slot for the better balance of this pool. So yeah, this is your precision map. Very basic. Mixed aim, some slider aim, some awkward aim, some linear aim, a little bit of everything.
I find it funny that you say this is the precision map when Nomad 5 is more precision than this.
That's a fair point. Yeah, but this one plays a little bit more.
For a Hard Rock 2 map that's meant to be played as a precision map.
Well, that's before stats. I don't know what's happening. The stats should update. But this is your very standard, laser clients being weird. This is CS 6.5 after Hard Rock, and actually OD 9.8, so a little bit easier on the accuracy requirement. So that might enable some players to get higher accuracies than they would versus a traditional OD 10 map. But yeah, it's precision.
Yeah, this is a lot of this is reminding me of the qualifiers, Hard Rock 2 as well. Seems like very aim focused with some minor tapping involved, and it was all in all pretty fun.
Yeah, once again, one of the more main aim picks of this pool. Again, we try to focus on precision aim strictly for that Hard Rock 2 slot. Things may change, but that is the main goal for this precision skill set if it's like more mechanics based. Versus compared to that Nomad 5 where it's more gimmicky.
Right.
But yeah. Thank you for the replay. And on to the DT pool now.
DT, my beloved.
Let's go. So yeah, this is Snow White, sung by a very famous voice actor, Inori Minase. This is a little bit more combining of skill sets, so to say, in the DT pool. It's pretty burst heavy when you look at it as strictly from like a DT aim perspective, like the speed aim skill set. It's basically just aim and burst. So not as burst heavy as I'd probably like compared to the rest of the pool, but the main focus is burst and aim. So a little bit of both. You need to have good speed control. You need to have, obviously, the capability of famous aim. But outside of that, this map plays very, very easy. Just trying to throw a little bit more in the mix versus the standard DT aim. You will see more of those like strictly DT aim slots, don't worry. But for the sake of balancing this pull out, we needed to combine a little bit of speed with a little bit of speed aim. But outside of that, is a pretty very comfortable stat line. Just CS4, AR 9.7, OD8.
Yeah, I feel like
when you're on DT1 duty, you're always on DT1 duty.
I feel like the DT speed and the DT aim combine, from what I'm seeing right now, pretty nicely into one map. Doesn't seem overbearing or like too much into one over the other. So I feel like for the combination, this will be a decent pick. I hope it doesn't trip anyone up going between the two, but
yeah, for those of you who are very comfortable pushing skill cap, this is still a very, very comfortable pick. You're going to see a lot of high scores on this map. It's just more of the burst trying to catch people off guard in regards to what kind of map they expect from it.
also,
But yeah, even on the sheet that will be released shortly, this will be labeled as aim and burst, because burst is one of the focuses of this map.
This is totally a 3.68 star, guys.
Oh yeah, true.
Trust. Yeah, we wanted to go very easy on everyone for the DT slots, so
Yeah, so boom, 5.2 map, and there's bursts. And we were actually looking for bursts, so don't yell at us.
it's fine. No, though people will still yell at you anyways.
No, I'm actually getting torched later today.
I think I might be for being a bystander.
You have nothing to do with this.
Literally.
Yeah, once again, Vaniku. As mentioned in chat, yeah, a heat-seeking missile for every DT map. Because he can. So thank you again, Vaniku, for that replay. Very, very good score. I don't know how you missed 1.2 mil, but don't worry about it. It's just a replay. But yeah, onto our DT2. So to note on combining that, the DT1 skill set with like the normal DT2, we have pushed finger control. So this is very basic finger control at 216 BPM. A little bit short, but this is the finger control pick, so something you would probably normally see in a DT3 slot. It's just in DT2 for the sake of this how the pool is structured right now. But a little bit different from the finger control you guys saw in Nomad 3, which is the swing one. That one being mainly doubles heavy. This one has a little bit of doubles and quads, as well as the standard threes. You might see some longer bursts like that 5 there. But the main focus is like finger control stamina-ish. There's a little bit of stamina you need to hit these bursts. And a little bit of a rhythm pick as well. The song has a lot of like time signature changes. They ultimately don't affect too much of how you tap because it's not exactly like a beat divisor change. But something to trip up a little bit of rhythms if you're expecting like a standard 4/4 map. But yeah, finger control. It's a little bit short, but it's finger control.
To be fair, the previous DT2 was also a little short as well, so it should be fine. Like, comparable to the previous.
Yeah, but the DT2 in quals was a speed pick. This is not exactly... This is a little bit fast. It's 216, so we'll trip you up if you're not comfortable with this BPM. But its main focus of this one is that finger control. It's not odd number bursts. There's a lot of different finger control requirements, so definitely places to mistap if you're not ready for them or you misread. But yeah, thank you again, Reniku, for another DT replay. And if you're wondering where the last skill set for DT3 is, if we've already covered finger control, aim, and burst or speed, let's just show the DT3.
I'm not sure I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, if you're wondering where the alt map went, it's here now.
Oh.
DT reading is actually crazy. This is basically a 150 BPM DT alt. I know it says 300 there, but it's not mapped to have any bursts at 300. It plays out like an alt map. Holy crap, this intro is so long. Very classic of a Ferruquidus song, but...
Yeah, I think stream died, guys.
Laika.
Laika. Up.
There we go. Okay, we're playing the map now. How do we miss that?
Okay, so
Yeah,
you guys
the
don't
intro
get to
is
see
okay.
the intro, but yeah, that's fine.
The intro, it's the nothing burger. Don't worry about it. But this is just your standard flow alt map, just in the DT slot. So we get to take advantage of some more nicer songs that are traditionally 200 BPM and put them in DT. But this pretty much checks all the boxes of DT. A little bit less tapping stamina requirement, just a lot of doubles and triples control. Pretty standard of like a No Mod 3 map that you would normally see. So I take the No Mod 3 and I put it in DT.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
how Kaido cools for you guys right there.
Insane. You've not seen the last of me. But yeah, this map isn't mapped to 300. As I said before, it's 150 because there are no triples. Maybe some bus liners might be mapped to triples, but the main focus is like 150 BPM alt.
Trust me, Kaido, I've seen what you can pull. This is it's not over.
Yeah, as a previous playtester of 9, Zito knows how bad these pools can get. But thankfully for you guys, I have other poolers in the team that keep me in check.
Last time it was all you, and yeah, that was.
Well, actually, fortunately for the players that played in that tournament, they liked my pools, so joke's on y'all. Get good at unconventional skill sets? Question mark.
I mean, hey, as long as they liked it.
Yeah. Ultimately, we want you guys to like enjoy playing the maps. So anything that's like too jank or too gimmicky or like too like boring, trying to avoid this. But yeah, this is AR 8.4 after DT. I believe 2 minutes in length, so a little bit shorter side, especially for an alt map. But ultimately, that's just what the DT pool does. But yeah.
How did you manage to find an AR8 map to throw into DT?
I didn't find it. Thank Ichinami again. Ichinami's been really clutch trying to fill up these skill sets.
Ichinami, my
But yeah,
beloved.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, thank you again, Lifewater, for that replay. A little bit of a long outro there. I'm not sure what that is about. I don't remember that when I was looking at this map. But yeah, DT alt. Thanks again. And on to our Fremont pool now, rounding out the final few picks of the round of 32 map pool. So yeah, sorry for Hard Rock 1 not being AIM. Here's your other AIM pick. Wow. Yeah,
Alright,
it's
do we
just
get to see the
MechTech
intro this
slider
time?
AIM. This intro is kind of long, to be honest. Oh, Stream Pros. Oh, there we go.
And it broke to go.
We're back. But yeah, this is basically like a MechTech aim sort of thing. There's some slider aims that you should be aware of. They're not confusing, so to say, and they're not too dense where you can't hit them. But there are ticks to worry about in the slower ones. So keep those in mind when you're trying to hit these slider aims. But this intro is quite long, honestly. But the main focus of this map is like that 105, 210 aim. And this is a hidden replay, so CS 3.5, AR9. Not so dense on hidden where it's impossible. There's a little bit of density for no mod and hidden. It's not, that wasn't the main focus of this map. And for Hard Rock, I believe it sits at a 4.6 after Hard Rock. So once again, pretty accessible for Hard Rock players here. Nothing so out of the ordinary or like so much harder than playing in no mod or hidden. But yeah, this is like a mechanics tech pick. A little bit different from the no mod one where like there's more of a slider focus in this map. But yeah, you'll see the map starts to ramp up here with the aim. A little bit of burst here, but the main focus starts right now.
I already know where a lot of the first misses are going to come from with that pattern.
Yeah, that last pattern there just before that like 1 second break. Guys, Chaos Ember isn't being overworked. He chose to do these replays. I don't think we have rushed for a replay yet. Knock on wood. But yeah, Laika, Zito, you have anything else to say about this map?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, it's kind of mech focused. I feel like people will probably have a harder time with Hard Rock than with Hidden. But
Yeah, this map does seem a little hidden bias, but I mean, I'm sure it's doable with Hard Rock, but
Yeah,
like,
unfortunately with Hard Rock and a lot of
yeah.
these star ratings, Hard Rock's a little bit hard to balance for. But actually, we do hope the next pick that you guys will see shortly will ultimately balance that out. But Hard Rocks players do have it relatively hard compared to the Hidden and Nomad players, just because of how more uncomfortable people are with like OD10, especially on a map where it's like the consistency is based around OD9. It's not like any like OD 9.8 or anything where like it encourages you to take like Hard Rock over density. So it'll still be a little bit rough for Hard Rock players, but ultimately still very playable and learnable. But yeah, thank you Chaos Emperor again with another Hidden replay.
He should just become our sole replayer at this point.
Yeah, why play Hard Rock? Just play Flashlight. Yeah, just play Flashlight, guys, and you don't have to take Hard Rock.
Play Flashlight.
Yeah.
I see nothing
but
wrong
yeah,
with that.
thank you again, Chaos Emperor. Let's move on to our free mod 2. So yeah, we can't put an anti-mod here, or like a perfect anti-mod here besides some density gimmicks because of the Nomad 5 being precision, so that's ultimately too many precision picks. So we have opted for a more density focused thing. This replay is with Hard Rock, so stats are a little bit off here. It's CS4 before Hard Rock and AR 8.5. So very, very dense on Nomad and Hidden, especially on Easy. But this is sort of like a rhythm alt pick. There's a few BPM changes and sort of like style of tapping. For those of you who know Paraoka's style of song and like the Babelism album, you'll know that there's a lot of like beat divisor changes, rhythm changes that comes with their songs. So that's something definitely to be aware about in regards to alting on this map. But this is like the alt rhythm pick of the pool. We also, as I mentioned earlier, we try to incentivize Hard Rock on this pick because of the Fremont one being, slightly more hidden favored. But this map on Hidden is extremely hard to hit. It's all the notes are super dense at AR 8.5, and it's much harder to read when it switches to like 1/3 bursts on Hidden and Nomad. And Easy players don't even get me started. I don't know how you do it. I cannot stand it.
It's just GG.
Yeah, it's just GG. So ultimately, the Hard Rock doesn't have it any easier though. Even though they get the readability, this becomes OD10 on a rhythm map. So there's a lot of challenges to taking Hard Rock as well. So ultimately, it is like that a little bit of an anti-mod in regards to using density as like the difficulty factor. So again, it's another pick your poison map with either do you want OD10 rhythm or like a reading rhythm map. But yeah, for those of you who are not watching or are going to play the maps, you'll see shortly if you try to play this Nomad or Hidden, and just how dense it gets.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that later.
Yeah. But this is like a standard, not a standard, but this is your anti-mod, quote unquote, of the pool. A little bit of alting, a little bit of rhythm control. I believe I was talking through the BPM change, but there was a BPM change where it switches to like 110, like snap aim a little bit.
I keep saying I'm not. I keep saying I'm not a Hard Rock player, but this actually looks really fun on Hard Rock.
Yeah. So if you guys are comfortable with OD10, definitely Hard Rock is the easier, in my opinion, the easier pick of the mods. Easy players will have the most rough time with this map if they're not super comfortable playing rhythm maps on OD on an AR like 5. No, I believe it's AR 4.2 with Easy.
The screen is just going to be filled.
Yeah. And with the figure control requirement on this map and rhythm understanding, especially with the time signature, it's really, really rough for Easy players. But you guys could not take Easy and just take Flashlight.
Hey.
And this is probably one of the more flashlightable maps on the pool. If people were to actually take the Flashlight in lobby,
someone should take
for that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like 95 FC on Flashlight.
Bank account safe.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, also to comment on this map is quite long, 3 minutes 57. That's just karaoke for you. Honestly, a lot of their maps or a lot of their songs are like over 4 minutes in length, with a lot of rhythm changes. But I feel like you can get into the zone in this map really easily, especially towards this last part where you start to lock in on these more flow-heavy patterns. But yeah, once again, Life Water, absolutely clutch with a hard rock, good accuracy replay. So thank you again. Just trying to show off maybe just not both hidden for the free mods at least.
92 or the 94% accuracy, really really good on
But
the
yeah,
hard rock.
that is a really good accuracy for rhythm map on OD10. So thank you again. Now, TV hype. Whoa. It's Tojida Sekai. Hi, Perry, if you're here. For those of you who are wondering why I said that, Perry is the background artist of this map. But this is a Nomi Nomu tiebreaker. Yeah, unfortunately, Perry isn't here. So if you see the VOD, hi.
Man,
Thanks for the beautiful art of this great map.
yeah, that's really good art.
And Chaos Emperor with an insane score on the tiebreaker. This is 6 minutes and 20 of mech tech. So very, very good score from Chaos Emperor.
Chaos Emperor really just said, "Oh, pool, I can replay it. I got you."
I honestly feel like that's how most of the maps going forward and most of the pools will be. It's just half the replays are Chaos Emperor.
Versatile.
Because he puts up insane scores in like the first 2 hours of pool being released to the testers.
My god.
This does say 647 length, but there is like, I think a total of like 20-ish seconds of break. They're much needed though. But yeah, this is 6 minutes and 20 of drain.
That 20-second break is just... You better enjoy that 20-second break.
For sure. But yeah. Seems like for me. This is pretty standard of like Nomi Nomu tech. Once again, another Nomu map, and it's also tech. So if you can play the No Mod 4, you can probably play this. There's a little bit more finger control, and especially at 205 BPM like the No Mod 2, like a tiny bit of like a speed gap there. But mostly it is like some slider aim, some awkward aim, and the burst to go with it. There is that alt section in the middle that you should be worried about, but
your stamina's just gonna be gone after this map. Although maybe that's good inspiration to not go to tiebreaker.
yeah, it's round of 32. Ultimately, I don't think this is one of the main focus, but this is such a good song. There's no way we wouldn't use it. I will say right now, the other option was Yomiuri.
You should have done that.
But it was too buzz slider heavy, so...
Oh, you buzz sliders, gross.
Yeah, I think all of the bursts were just buzz sliders. So it's just buzz slider break challenge for 8 minutes. But yeah, we went to some more mech tech focus. There's that 1/3 screen that will cause some breaks if you're not ready for that. Good luck remembering the 1/3 mark. But it's mech tech, what can I say? Camellia.
You gotta love having new combos for each part of the burst.
Yeah. That's one of the main signals for it being like a 1/3 burst, or 1/3 stream. But yeah, once the finger control starts ramping up here a little bit. Yeah, I would argue that the main focus of this map isn't really that tech. A lot of the slider aim is really, really readable and really easy to hit, and it flows really nicely. So it's more on the rhythm understanding and finger control, as well as the aim.
I feel like the bursts are gonna trip people up more than the sliders are.
Yeah. where are those 1/3 bursts? Do you remember them, and do you not know lock on them? Especially on a little bit of a lower OD. This is only OD8. But yeah, we're only like 3/5 of the way into the map.
A bit more than halfway through.
This is a long map, so a little bit of an endurance test.
Almost 7 minutes long.
Guys, 8-minute tiebreaker win.
Now that's gonna be the round of 16 pool.
Oh,
I already know it.
Oh, nah.
Don't let me down, Kaido.
The tiebreaker is a good song for round of 16. I'll give you that.
Alright then.
We do a little bit of stealing.
Sleep challenge. Hey now.
Oh wait, that's if you sleep to that song or even this song, if you sleep to any of these tiebreakers, you're like actually inhumane. Like, how do you not like any of these songs? Mirage, can you make us a custom?
GG, Mirage isn't doing it.
GG.
Oh wait, grand final. Wait, there's a chance.
Oh. Well, Mirage knows our pulling style, so he can honestly just do whatever he wants with a custom map. But yeah, also to comment on our pulling style a little bit, on top of fighting maps in a appropriate difficulty, we try to find the more fun maps to play, and like whether or not they're actually like unconventional to like a standard pool, like a tournament pool, is a little bit irrelevant. So we just try to find maps that are like fun to play, fun to learn, or like rewarding at least. So like with our No Mod 5, being able to God mode CS9 precision, is really fun, and especially with the aim control. It's not just like standard awkward or like linear aim or like cold style mapping. And then with maps like No Mod 3, where it's a little bit like unconventional, but like good song, good mapping, and
A little bit.
ultimately combo gameable at least. At the very minimum, it's combo gameable.
Oh yeah, the accuracy is just not going to exist on that map. It's just going to be a myth.
Yo, if I got the replay on No Mod 3, I would have named myself Osu's a combo game.
Like, for No Mod 3, people are going to sit around a campfire telling stories about accuracy.
Oh boy. I can't wait for that. You should let me in on those calls.
For real.
But yeah, as we round out this tiebreaker, that should be the end of our round of 32 poll showcase. Thank you again, Chaos Emperor, for an FC on our tiebreaker. Really, really good job.
98.
But that will do it for us. Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you again, Laika. I know Laika didn't talk as much. Laika's a little bit sick. But thank you for streaming hosting. Thank you, Zito, for being our sort of live reaction to these pools. What do you think?
I think it's a pretty decent pool so far. Like, I definitely can think of a few maps that I'm definitely not going out on, but all in all, seems pretty decent.
Yeah. Good luck with practicing, guys. But thanks for showing up today. I encourage you to practice these maps and really learn them. Try to get an edge on maybe some upset games. But if you have any and all and everything, anything pool, but anything to say about the pools, about the maps, how playable they are, absolutely anything, hit us up in the Mappool feedback channel. You're also feel free to DM me. I just encourage you guys to be constructive and be respectful, trying to work out the pools to be better in everyone's favor. But definitely leave your feedbacks and opinions in the pool feedback channel.
And yes,
and good luck with practicing this pool.
If people...
And also good luck on qualifying as well. The seed reveal soon, guys.
Seed reveal will be tomorrow, 20 UTC probably. So...
Hopefully.
Please. No more delays.
No more delay.
We hope to...
If a team tries to book past you-know-who, I will be sending a heat-seeking missile to their location as soon as possible.
Okay.
GG.
We will
GG.
see you guys and when the seed reveal stream happens. Thank you everyone for watching.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
And
See you
good luck
tomorrow, guys.
practicing. Bye bye.